Hello to all traders and welcome back to another market review brought to you by Orbex. So we noted yesterday that Tesla, Netflix, these big corporations for the earnings season have not really hit their targets. And not only that, they're looking at a bleak rest of the quarter and even for the second half of the year. So it's taken a little bit of a hit on the main indices in America, the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P. There's been this consensus that market sentiment is on the downside at the moment, depending on this American recovery that the Fed is hoping for the latter part of 2023 at least. So with the Fed being having mixed emotions about their next hike, if it's going to happen or not, and also with the jobs numbers that are coming out of America, we've seen a slight pause on this, what you could say is a V-shaped recovery for the Dow in the last few trading sessions. We'll take a look on the chart shortly, but the Nasdaq and the S&P are also under a little bit of scrutiny as well. So what will this mean going into the second quarter as earnings season really kicks off as well? And obviously we've got the Fed's next meeting coming up as well next month. So very, very exciting times, and we're just looking to see what the next move is in the market. Well, as I said before, we're seeing a little bit of a pause on this V-shaped recovery that a lot of traders were thinking was going to happen. You know, we did decline quite vastly in the last few trading sessions at the end of March. Since then, though, it has picked up very, very nicely. But now it just seemed to come into a corrective stance here. And we could see the Dow just sink a little bit before possibly having another push to the upside. So currently trading just on the higher end of 33,000. We were hoping to top 34,000 and keep pushing roughly to where the last resistance point was, to the mid 34,000. But since then, as you can see here, I'll just remove the other drawings so it's a bit easier to see. As you can see here, we're seeing a slight bearish divergence on the RSI, which gives us the impetus that this downside move was going to happen, but we're just waiting to see how far lower it can go until then. So very, exciting times for the indices because, as I said, with CFDs, or I've said this before with CFDs, you can make some good opportunities with the downside movements as well as the upside for the Dow. So, like I said, very, very progressive for most of the last month or so. But since then, we just had this kind of bearish channel just performing here, and if that does keep on progressing, then we could probably see the likes of 33,000 being hit once again, which is only a few hundred points away. So not really too much out of the realm of possibility there. Not too much as well on the divergence on the 4-hour chart. We're looking on the daily chart at where the next price movement is. But if you're a short-term trader or a medium to long-term trader, just be aware that we could be seeing a slight correction that could turn into possibly this retracement back down to where prices did start consolidating in the near term especially. So just looking to see if it's going to drop to the lower regions of 33,000, and then we can have a good opportunistic move back up to 34,000 in the near term as well. But we'll see how it plays out, and as I said, just keep an eye on the news headlines as well. So just looking at the Nasdaq as well, that did drop, similar pattern to the Dow. Keep it on the 4-hour chart here, similar pattern because we were consolidating but just slightly opening this bearish trend, and on the 4-hour chart we're just looking likely that we will see a slight downturn before possibly moving a little bit higher. But it wasn't really too much like the Dow, whereas the Dow was pretty much going in this V-shaped formation. We did surpass the last resistance a few sessions ago, but since then we're just seeing what the consequences are of this earnings season for America as well. So not a lot of big companies really, as I said, not hitting their mark, but giving a bit of a bleak outlook for the rest of the quarter as well. Supply costs, a lot of companies having the squeeze of inflation as well. So this is really taking its toll on these earnings and performances for these big companies as well. But keep an eye on the earnings season calendar because this could really start shaking up the indices as well as stocks. We saw Tesla drop 4% in the market yesterday. So just keep an eye out for that as well. If you get any big major news, that's really going to affect stocks, then look for the market opens because there could be some good opportunities there as well. So that's all from today's video. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a great weekend ahead. Have a great trading day ahead, and we'll speak again next week. Bye for now.